Hello, everyone. You're welcome to the Circle Direct podcast. As we age, maintaining health becomes ever more important. In Nigeria, older adults face a unique set of health challenges that require tailored strategies for their prevention and management. Today, we will dive into the top 10 diseases affecting older Nigerians, and we'll be highlighting their prevalence and offering practical solutions on how we can prevent them. Hypertension is the number one of a list of diseases affecting older adults. Hypertension is also referred to as high blood pressure. It affects millions in Nigeria, with a prevalence of 46% of Nigerian adults having the condition. Now, this prevalence increases significantly even with the much older adults. It's often referred to as a silent killer because it rarely shows symptoms, but it can lead to heart attacks, stroke, and kidney damage. How can we prevent hypertension? You got to ensure you maintain a balanced diet rich in fruits and vegetables. You got to cut down on salt intake and do regular exercise. You got to also manage stress and always do your health checks. Number 2 on that list is diabetes mellitus. Diabetes is becoming an increasing concern in this country, with a prevalence of 5.8% of Nigerian adults having this condition, and even the older adults being much more vulnerable to the condition. Uncontrolled diabetes can lead to complications like heart diseases, kidney damage, and vision loss. So how do we prevent this? You've got to avoid excessive sugar intake. You've got to maintain a healthy body weight. You've got to do regular exercise, and you've got to monitor your blood glucose regularly. Number 3 on the list is arthritis. Now, arthritis, particularly osteoarthritis, is a leading cause of disability among older Nigerians. It is estimated that over 10% of older adults live with joint pain and stiffness. So how do we prevent arthritis? You got to stay active. You got to do low impact exercises, maintain an adequate body weight, and include anti-inflammatory foods like fish and nuts in your diet. Number 4 is stroke. Now, stroke is another major concern. It's often linked with blood pressure and diabetes. In Nigeria, the prevalence of stroke is around 1 in 1,000 persons, and with a higher rate in the much older adults. How do we prevent stroke? Control your blood pressure, quit smoking, limit alcohol, and stay physically active. Number 5 on the list is COPD, what is called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. With an increasing exposure to smoke and air pollution, COPD is a growing concern in Nigeria, affecting 70% of individuals above the age of 40. How do we prevent COPD? You've got to avoid smoking, you've got to reduce exposure to indoor air pollutants, and practice deep breathing exercises. Number 6 is vision impairment. Cataracts and glaucoma are common among the older Nigerians. Now, they can lead to visual impairments. It is estimated that 15% of adults over the age of 50 in Nigeria have a vision impairment. And if left untreated, it can lead to blindness. How do we prevent this? You got to do regular eye checks. You got to protect your eyes from UV rays, and you got to manage underlying conditions like diabetes. Number 7 on the list is cardiovascular disease. Now, heart diseases are a leading cause of death among older adults in Nigeria. Now, the burden of cardiovascular diseases is closely linked to hypertension, diabetes, and unhealthy lifestyles. How do we prevent this? You've got to eat healthy foods, you've got to do regular exercise, you've got to avoid smoking, you've got to manage chronic conditions adequately. Number 8 is prostate disorders. Now, 2 common conditions that affect the prostate: benign prostatic hyperplasia and prostate cancer. They are common among older Nigerians. Now, prostate cancer is the most diagnosed cancer among Nigerian men, with a prevalence of 11.2%. How can we prevent prostate cancer and benign prostatic hyperplasia? You got to do regular screening, a diet rich in protein and in fruits and vegetables, and we got to reduce red meat intake. Number 9 is dementia, includes Alzheimer's disease. Now, the figures for these is scarce, but dementia is increasingly being recognized in Nigeria. It affects an estimated 5% of adults above the age of 65, and it can impact memory, thinking, and behavior. How can we prevent this? You've got to engage in mentally stimulating activities. You've got to maintain social connection and adopt a healthy diet rich in antioxidants. Number 10 is depression and anxiety. Now, mental health issues are often overlooked in older adults, but studies have suggested that 25% of older adults in Nigeria experience depression or anxiety, often as a result of isolation, financial challenges, and health conditions. Now, this is very important because when you are old and you ain't working, it becomes a big deal. We all have to watch on that. Now, how do we prevent this? You got to stay socially connected. You got to seek counseling and engage in regular physical activity. Next, we'll look at the general preventive strategies for healthy aging. Now, preventing these diseases require a proactive approach to health. Here are some tips on how we can age gracefully. Number one is nutrition. You got to eat a balanced diet. Food rich in grain, lean proteins, fruits, and vegetables. And you got to avoid processed food and limit sugar and salt intake. Number two, you got to indulge in regular exercises. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate activity 5 days a week. Walking and swimming are excellent options. Number three is screening and health checkups. Now, regular medical checks and screening for conditions like hypertension, diabetes, and cancer, they are very essential. Number four is the need for vaccinations. Now, vaccines, they are ever so important. Now, because they can help to reduce the risk of infections. So you got to stay up to date on your vaccines like the flu shot and the pneumonia vaccine. Then the next is the need for mental health check. You got to stay socially active. You got to pursue hobbies, things that keep you busy. Then you got to seek professional help if you experience sadness or anxiety. And that's very important. Avoid intake of harmful substances. If you smoke, you got to quit. If you drink a lot, you got to really limit it. And you also avoid exposure to environmental pollutants. Now, you need to know that small and consistent changes can lead to significant improvement in your overall health and your quality of life. In closing, I'd like you to know that growing older is a privilege, and with the right knowledge and strategies, it is also a time for vitality and fulfillment. So by understanding the top health challenges affecting older adults in Nigeria and taking the preventive steps, we can all age gracefully and healthily. Thank you for joining me today. And if you found this episode helpful, don't forget to share it with a friend or a family member. Remember, your health is your wealth. And until next time, take care and stay healthy.